Hello students, in this audio module English test, you will see a list of questions on the screen. Read the questions carefully. Please listen to the audio attentively, which will play after the instructions. You need to answer the questions based on what you hear in the audio module. Good luck.
Arav was well known throughout school as fiercely independent and incredibly competitive. From early on, he had always preferred to work alone, convinced that relying on others only slowed him down and complicated things. When the announcement for the annual Interschool Innovation Challenge was made, Arav's eyes lit up with excitement. This was the perfect opportunity to showcase his skills once again, and he was determined to come out on top. But this year there was an unexpected twist. The competition required participants to work in teams of 3. Arav's enthusiasm faltered for the first time. Working alone had always been his strength. How could he possibly trust others to keep up with his pace and vision? Still, knowing he couldn't back out, Arav reluctantly agreed to team up with 2 classmates he barely knew, Tanya and Zaid. Tanya was quiet and thoughtful, often lost in her own world of ideas and sketches. She was known for her creativity and careful planning, but she rarely spoke up loudly in class. Zaid was the complete opposite, tech-savvy and quick with coding, always eager to experiment with new gadgets and software. Arav initially felt this was an odd pairing, but he was convinced that if he took charge, the team could still win. In their first few meetings, Arav naturally took the lead, pushing his ideas forward and dismissing others without much consideration. Tanya would suggest gentle modifications or alternative concepts, but Arav brushed them aside, insisting that his way was faster and better. Zaid, trying to keep up, focused on coding their preliminary ideas, but found it difficult when the project kept changing at Arav's whim. However, as the deadline drew nearer, Arav realized that managing everything alone was impossible. Their progress was slow, and the prototype was far from complete. One evening, after another failed attempt at building a functioning model, Arav felt frustrated and overwhelmed. Tanya spoke up softly, "Maybe if we divide the work and trust each other's strengths, we can finish on time." Arav hesitated but agreed to try. Tanya began designing the project's creative aspects, coming up with an innovative idea for an eco-friendly smart bin that could sort waste automatically using sensors. Zaid concentrated on the coding, programming the sensors to detect different types of trash and activate the correct compartments. Slowly, Arav started to listen, not just to respond, but to truly understand their input. He noticed how Tanya's creative touch made their project more unique, and how Zaid's technical expertise brought their concept to life in ways he hadn't imagined. When presentation day arrived, their team stood confidently before the judges. Tanya explained the environmental benefits of their smart bin, Zaid demonstrated how the sensors worked, and Arav tied it all together with a clear and compelling overview. The judges were impressed, not only by the innovation of their prototype, but by the harmony of their teamwork. Their team won the top prize, but for Arav, the medal was not the most valuable reward. The experience had changed him. He realized that true success isn't just about individual talent or going it alone, it's about collaboration, trusting others, and combining different strengths to create something greater than any one person could achieve. From that day forward, Arav's outlook shifted. He still loved competing and challenging himself, but he no longer feared working with others. After all, sometimes the smartest move is learning how to share the spotlight.